So today I am going to discuss the menstrual cycle which occurs in a female if she is not pregnant. Now menstrual cycle average it can last for 28 days, but as all females are different and unique, so it can last for from 26 days to 35 days. It can vary. Now menstrual cycle has 4 phases. The first phase is menstrual phase, the second phase is follicular phase, and the third phase is ovulatory phase, and the fourth phase and the last phase is the luteal phase. Now the first phase, which is the menstrual phase. Now in this particular phase, the menstrual flow occurs. So in this phase, bleeding happens, and that happens due to the rupturing of endometrium or the inner layer of the uterus. This particular phase happens because why this rupturing occurs? To maintain the health of the uterus so that the whole pregnancy goes seamlessly. And the next phase is the follicular phase, which is the maturation of the follicle or the cell from which ovum occurs, or the cell who gives the birth of the ovum. Now that's the follicular phase where the primary follicle grows into Graafian follicle. Now the third phase, which is ovulatory phase, it is where the release of ovum happens due to the rupture of Graafian follicle. And the fourth phase, which is the luteal phase, now on this phase thickening of endometrium occurs and the formation of corpus luteum, which is basically the ruptured Graafian follicle turns into the corpus luteum. Now the menstrual phase, as it has 28 days average, so the first day, from the first day where the bleeding starts, that first day till the 5th day, that particular first 5 days are the menstrual phase. Now from 5th day to the 12th day of the cycle, that is the follicular phase. Now so the maturation of Graafian follicle takes almost average 6 days. Okay, now the ovulatory phase, that is only 24 hours. Okay, because ovum can stay alive for 24 hours. So that is, if the cycle is of 28 days, then 13th and the 14th day, that means from 13th to 14th day, the 24 hours is the ovulatory phase where the ovum is released, and this is the time where a female can get pregnant if only the ovum gets in contact with the sperm. Now this is the time where generally the couples, they copulate if they want to get pregnant. Now the last phase, which is the luteal phase, that happens from the 15th day after ovulation, from 15th day to 28th days. Okay, so on this particular phase, on luteal phase, the endometrium thickens, because if a female gets pregnant, the endometrium is the place where implantation occurs. It is almost like the bed for the embryo, for the baby. Okay, so that happens, and also during all these 3 phases, the level of estrogen tends to get high. But obviously for the pregnancy, the progesterone hormone is important, because all the changes that occurs during pregnancy, that is due to the progesterone hormone. Now that particular hormone secreted from this corpus luteum. So that's why this particular phase where the implantation occurs during the luteal phase, so that's why the progesterone hormone gets high, and after it gets okay, if the particular female gets pregnant, then this corpus luteum will stay as it is till the placenta is formed. If not, then it will just degenerate it, and this whole cycle will begin again. Like again, the bleeding will happen, then the maturation of the follicle, then the ovulation, and then the luteal phase.